Welcome to my class called Accelerated Geometry. My name is Mary Baenen, and I have been teaching at Catholic Memorial for 29 years. And I've always taught this class because I love it so much. My goal is to prepare my students to do well on the ACT, on any IB exam in math that they decide to take, in Project Lead the Way classes, and in future math classes. I will do anything in my power to help my students learn geometry, so take that up. Anything that you think that I could be doing better, please let me know. The learning objectives for my class: after taking the class, the student should be able to know and apply all the basic properties of Euclidean geometry that are all listed there that I'm not going to go through. A student should be able to become a self-motivated and independent thinker. Students write their own definition. They follow guided investigations. They create their own works of art. They invent their own constructions, and they discover relationships rather than being told them. I also have students learn and apply problem-solving techniques. They do not memorize information, but instead think critically. First question people always ask is, hey, what does accelerated mean in accelerated geometry? It means you have more investigations where people discover the definitions and conjectures through guided steps again. More applications to real life, not the old time proofs. There's an emphasis on useful geometry. Also more problem solving. Every section has word problems or diagram problems. In my class, I emphasize that students get a strong background in geometry. There's an emphasis on where did this come from? And we do the same process that Euclid did when he discovered this all years and years and years ago. I also emphasize a communication verbally in class with me and with other students, and also written communication on homework, quizzes, and tests. There's also an emphasis on independent learning. Students are given a chapter calendar that lists all the topics and homework. They are given all the answers to everything in my class, and students need to correct their own work. So when they hand in an assignment, they're saying to me, I did this stuff and I understand it. If they don't understand a problem during the homework, then their first job when I start class is to ask me the question, how do I do this problem? Also, there are independent learning activities in the investigations and also in the geometry sketchpad technology that we use throughout the class. The grading is 20% on homework because I think it's practice. Through it, students figure out what they still need to know, what they need to practice. There's a little quote that I like that says, don't practice until you get it right, practice until you can't get it wrong. Quizzes are 30%. Here now students have a chance to see if they can actually do the problems without peeking at answer keys and solution manuals. Tests are 50%, the grand finale, where students get a chance to demonstrate what they know and how they can apply geometry to the things that we've worked on in the chapter. Here are some course resources. This is my CMH. To get there, you go to my CMH, you go to Classroom, Accelerated Geometry, and the class page, and you should see something like this. The best way to contact me is by email, and my email is right on that page. And I have a note in red that says scroll down to see other important information. When you scroll down, the first thing you see is coursework. This is a list of all the students' homework, the title for it, the description, what pages they are, or what worksheet it is, and when it is due. Also on here is something called links, which is very important. So this is the first page you see on links. It's called the class folder. And in the class folder, I have some online math help listed. I have a graphing calculator, a link to that. And I also have links to Teams. And that's the platform that we're going to use for students to chat with me, to ask me questions, and sometimes to hand in work. Especially if we have to go virtual, that's how they're going to hand in the work to me through Teams. The drop-down menu on the top says, if you click on that, you'll go down to all the other chapters. So this is just the intro part. So here is Chapter 1's links, and you can see that there are links to YouTube videos on here. So 1.3 complementary and supplementary angles, section 1.3 in the book, vertical and linear pairs of angles. I found great videos on YouTube. And I also spent the summer creating videos of my class notes. So a student who wants to go over the class notes again or is absent and missed class can go there and can hear me talking about the notes that I went through in class. We also have a files folder. The files folder contains all our worksheets, handouts, answer keys, and class notes, so it's pretty important. Also, the beginning screen of the files has the course syllabus and the grading scale and how students could improve their grade. There's also another drop-down menu. When you drop that down, you will see each chapter. At the very bottom of all these chapters, you have something called weekly overviews. Mrs. Anderson asked us to put in like a weekly calendar for parents. But also, if you click into chapter 1, you'll see the full chapter calendar. If we're on chapter 2, you click on that and you'll see the full chapter calendar. So that's another place where you can see what your son or daughter should be doing. Here is the chapter 1 files folder that I have. In each chapter folder, you will find many things. You will find the chapter calendar, class notes for each lesson, definitions for that section, condensed lessons where the book condensed all the lessons down to like a page or two, extra practice worksheets, all worksheets given out in class, and all answer keys to worksheets and textbook problems. At the bottom, you will see that there's a number 5 here. That means I can only see 5 of these things. It's a little bit different on mine because this is the teacher thing. But if you want to see more, you can arrow down and make it be like 20 files or 50 files. Grades, under progress, you will find the student's current grade for the course. Under recent scores, you will find the grades that they received on assignments and quizzes. In the e-locker, on the top you'll also see an e-locker. You will find the student's report card and unofficial transcript. If you have questions during the year, please feel free to contact me by mail. I usually respond pretty quickly. If you'd like to talk to me, send me an email to set up a time that I can call you. And my goal is for every student to be successful in my class. So please help me do that by giving me any info that I would need to be more successful with your son or daughter. I think we're off to a great start so far, and I'm looking forward to the year. So thank you for watching this video.